Hi, I'm Bailee, aka The Vegetarian Guide, and in this video we're going to talk about how you as a new vegetarian can get protein super easily and without any stress. Let's get started. So one of the most common concerns that new vegetarians have is, how am I going to get enough protein? Or maybe it's not really a concern that you've had at all, but as soon as you mention to someone that you're going vegetarian, that's the first question they ask you. But where do you get your protein from if you're not eating meat? It's a valid point because protein is actually super important for the health of our bodies. We use it to build our muscles, to help us heal, to regulate our hormones, to build our immune system. You need protein. It's not arguable. And another super important reason why you need protein is because it's what keeps you feeling full. You've probably heard these rumors that vegetarians have to eat all the time, otherwise you're just going to feel weak and hungry and you just have to constantly be having a salad. That's not the truth. What you need are good proteins that are going to keep you feeling satisfied and full. And what we're going to dive into in this video are some ways that you can get that protein, make sure it's the right kind of protein, it's the healthy protein that your body needs to be strong and healthy. That we're going to do it in a way that's going to be easy for you so you don't have to stress about it. Remember that the food and the nutrition is only 50% of what it takes to go vegetarian. The other 50% is what's going on up here in your mind and building those habits that are going to make it be a lifelong diet, a lifelong lifestyle for you that you can enjoy forever. If you want to make sure that your vegetarian diet is going to stick, be sure to grab my free ebook, Secrets to Vegetarian Success. I will link that in the description below. So let's talk a little bit about why protein has such this taboo in the world of eating and when it comes to looking at carnivore diets versus vegetarian diets and all these rumors out there that vegetarian protein isn't good enough or that you're not going to get enough or whatever the rumors are that you've probably heard. Let's talk about why that is. And one of the reasons is because proteins are made up of amino acids, and there are 9 essential amino acids that our body cannot produce on its own that we have to get from our food. All 9 of these amino acids are found in meat products. That's why a lot of people will say that meat is the best protein source. It's because it has all 9 of these amino acids. A lot of plant-based foods have protein in them, they have amino acids in them, but they might not necessarily have all 9. Before you panic, let's be clear. When you eat a balanced diet with a whole bunch of different whole foods in your diet, you're going to get all of these amino acids that you need. You're going to get some from whole grains, you're going to get some from nuts, you're going to get some from beans, you're going to get some from vegetables. And when you mix all those things together, the things that you're already eating anyway, you're going to get all 9 essential amino acids in your body every day. You don't have to stress about that. But this is why the rumor is generated that meat is better for protein, and it's just because it has all of those things in one place. So something else to consider is that when you're getting all of these 9 amino acids and this great protein from meat, you're also probably getting some saturated fat and cholesterol and things that aren't so great for your heart health. But when you're getting your proteins from plant-based sources, you're not getting any of those things. So it can actually be a much healthier version of protein that you're getting. So the next question then is, how much protein do you actually need? And this is a topic of heavy debate. It depends on who you ask. I tend to follow the World Health Organization recommendations, which say that you need 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which is about 0.36 grams per pound of body weight. So if you weigh about 150 pounds, you need approximately 54 grams of protein per day. However, if you're more physically active, if you're trying to really build on muscle, or if you're a woman who is pregnant or who is pre or postmenopausal, you might need to have a little bit more protein than that. Then I think the recommendation goes up to about 1 to 1.2 grams per kilo of body weight instead of the 0.8. So check out your lifestyle, see what fits best for you. Try going in and researching how much protein your body needs and use that as a rough estimate. You don't have to go and count every single day how many grams of protein you're getting for every meal. I guarantee you that you're probably getting a lot more than you realize. Which leads into my next tip, which is to track your diet for a week or 2. So when you're a new vegetarian, of course, you want to make sure that you're getting enough protein. The best way that I can recommend to do this is to get a tracking app like Cronometer, for example, a calorie tracking app. I'll link to that in the description below. It's a free app. And you can go in and you can plug in all of the food that you're eating for the day, and you can do that for a week or 2 and see how you're doing. I bet you'll probably be surprised about how much you're actually getting. And if you're not getting enough, no worries, don't panic. Now you know, and you can adjust. And you can add more protein sources into your diet to make sure that you're getting what you need. You don't have to do this forever. I don't think that you should be tracking your diet every day for the rest of your life. It's not necessary. But if you can commit to just doing it for a week or two, that'll give you the picture that you need to decide, should I be adding more protein? Do I not need to worry about it? Could I tweak here and there? It just gives you the overview that you need to make a smart decision without having to stress about it. Now let's talk about protein sources and where you can get them on your vegetarian diet. You'll probably be surprised to learn that there's protein in almost everything. It might not be a lot, and especially compared to meat, it might be a much lower number, but when you consider how much you're consuming of all of these different foods in a day, you're going to be adding up a lot of that protein, and you're going to be surprised at how quickly you get enough. Some of the best sources of vegetarian protein are going to be your beans and your lentils. They pack quite the protein punch. Also, your soy products like edamame and tofu. Nuts and seeds have a lot of protein in them, so your almonds, your walnuts, your cashews are all going to give you a big boost. Even peanut butter can be a great source. Whole grains, especially quinoa and barley, for example, can give you a lot. Even whole grains like brown rice and pasta can give you protein. If you're still consuming dairy and eggs, these are, of course, great sources of protein. I recommend things like cottage cheese, for example, is a great low-fat source of protein from the dairy world, as well as Greek yogurt. And eggs, of course, are a great source. Another thing you can, of course, do if you really need to get more protein during the day is to use a protein shake or protein powder. I recommend trying to get most of your protein from natural whole food sources as much as possible, but if you do need a little extra boost and it's a convenient option for you, then a protein shake or protein powder can be a great way to go to. Be a little bit wary of foods that have on the label that they are high protein or that they have extra protein. A lot of these foods can be overly processed, and it tends to be a little bit of a marketing gimmick now to say that things are high protein because there's such this fuss in the health world about getting enough protein that marketers have started to put it on all of the labels. Don't be fooled by that. Stick to your whole food sources as much as possible because those are going to be the best sources that you can get your protein from. Okay, and now let's talk about some tips about how you can get protein in your vegetarian diet easily. Now that we know what we need to eat, let's focus on how we can actually get that in during the day without having to think about it so much. Tip number one would be to have a smoothie in the morning. This is my preferred way to do it. I make a smoothie every morning that has Greek yogurt in it and seeds and some spinach, which has a little bit of protein in it. Even bananas have a little bit of protein in them. So if you can put those in your smoothie, you could also add a scoop of protein powder if you wanted. Add all of these foods together and blend them up and drink them in a smoothie because it's such a convenient way to get all of this protein in the morning. And you also get a lot of other vitamins and things from your fruits and your vegetables that you might not get throughout the day otherwise. And if you do it first thing in the morning, you don't have to stress about it so much throughout the rest of the day. It's a great start to your day to help you keep full and to feel energized as you move throughout your day if you start with a high protein breakfast. And a smoothie is a great way to do that because it's easy and convenient. Tip number two is to batch cook. And that means maybe you take an hour or two on Sunday and you prepare a lot of these high protein meals to have for the rest of the week. Maybe you can cook up a big batch of quinoa that you can keep in your fridge so you can use it to make meals throughout the week. Or you have to soak your beans and get them ready to use for the week. A lot of this pre-preparation makes it easy for you to get protein in when it actually comes time to eat. Another one that I love to batch cook are protein balls. These are like little rolled up balls of oats with peanut butter and protein powder and chia seeds. And I make those to have in the fridge for the whole week, and I eat them as dessert at the end of the day because they're delicious. And it only takes about 5 minutes to whip them up, and I put them in the fridge and have them for the whole week when I need a protein treat. Tip number three is just to add protein to everything as much as you can. If you're having a salad, you might want to add some chickpeas or some beans to that. If you're having yogurt, you can sprinkle some seeds on top. If you're having an apple for a snack, you can dip it in peanut butter. If you're having a smoothie, you can add that scoop of Greek yogurt to it. Just add protein in wherever you can without it taking away from what you're actually eating to begin with, especially things like nuts and seeds and things that you can just quickly sprinkle on top that are going to give you a little extra crunch, which is great, but they're also going to give you that extra little protein boost that you need. Tip number four is to snack on protein-heavy snacks. If you're snacking, it might be because you're feeling a little bit hungry in between meals. And like I said, protein is the best thing that you can have to keep your belly feeling full. If you want to have a protein snack, again, an apple with peanut butter on it might be a great idea. Having some trail mix with some nuts could be great. A hard-boiled egg, even something that's going to fill up your belly and give you that extra protein boost that you need to keep you feeling full. I will link to an article in the description box below that has a whole list of high-protein snacks that you can have on your vegetarian diet to make sure that you're staying full and getting enough protein in when you want to have a yummy snack. Try to find as many snacks that you can keep handy. Also, if you're at work or you're on the go, things that you can keep in your purse or in your bag or in the drawer of your desk so that you always have something at the ready. That makes it much easier for you to just reach in, grab it, and have that high protein snack that you need to keep you feeling full and to give you that boost of energy. The last tip is just to focus on getting as many whole protein foods in your diet as you possibly can, because this is going to be the best way for you not to have to stress and count and really worry about getting protein. Focus on getting these foods in your diet instead of how many grams you're getting every day. That's going to be the best way to do it. So don't go focusing on, I need to get 6 grams of protein in my lunch today. Focus on adding some beans to your lunch today instead. It's going to be so much easier than having to count every bit of protein that you're getting. Again, when you're first getting started, you might want to track that in an app for a week or two, but after that, as long as you're focusing on integrating these whole protein-based foods into your diet, you're going to be totally fine. I promise they are going to add up. You're going to be getting all of the proper nutrition that you need, including lots of healthy protein. So there you have it. Now we've talked about tips for how you can get all of these great plant-based proteins into your new vegetarian diet without having to stress about them. I hope that this has given you a little bit more confidence that you can get the right amount of protein that you need and that you don't have to worry about it. Focus on eating all of those great whole plant-based foods that have all this protein packed into them, and I promise you're going to be good to go. You can enjoy your vegetarian diet, all of the food, all of the health, everything that comes with that, and you're going to get enough protein. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, cheers to your vegetarian journey.